But that's unbelievable. Do you think they would miss it?
There's a lot of cameras on you right now. Moritz Binder, welcome to the Margaret Herrick Library, where we're here to celebrate September 5 and celebrate you as it's nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. When you're making a movie that's based on historical events, how do you think about, the bare facts versus like the tension and the drama of a feature film? Like, is that a tightrope walk for a screenwriter?
It can be, but we were so lucky to have an eyewitness.
Hey, Jeff.
The real Jeffrey Mason, played by Joe Margaro, he was our main source. And he told us his 22 hours like a thriller, because he said it felt like a rush, like an adrenaline rush that day, and we really tried to get that on the page.
So, Moritz, the great thing about shooting at the Margaret Herrick Library is that they have all of this cool stuff to draw from. So what we're gonna do here is pull out some artifacts from the movies that influenced and shaped your own perspective as a screenwriter. And we're gonna start things off with Ace in the Hole.
Oh yeah, nice.
And what we have here is a lobby card and letter to Billy Wilder from fellow director Gene Negulesco.
Am I allowed to touch that?
Go ahead, go ahead.
That's crazy. So maybe Billy Wilder had this piece of paper in his hands. This is crazy. This is like mind-blowing.
Forget the rattlesnakes. We got something nicer here.
A friend of mine called Billy Wilder movies like poems. You can't lose a single frame. It's a movie that kind of resonates with the September 5 because it's about a journalist that tries to control the narrative to get something out of it.
I'll give you $1,000.
Network is what we'll bring out next.
Yeah.
So we have a vault copy script from Turner MGM.
Wow. He got the Academy Award for that script, and rightfully so. There's a scene in that where there's a control room too, and the whole room starts just sitting there watching TV.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
And that's something in our movie that happened too, being disconnected from what's really happening because they had to tell a story.
We have one more for you, Das Boot.
Das Boot.
So what we have here are scripts, photos, and a poster from the core collection.
I think I was around 10 years old when I watched it with my parents for the first time, and it's so intense because this condensed space and not leaving that space. This movie is so much about what you don't see. One of the most suspenseful scenes is just a guy with headphones saying, "There's another one." That was one of the first references when we talked about that approach of not leaving the control room, that it's kind of a submarine movie. It's kind of this boat.
Dark, cramped space. Well, it was really lovely to chat with you. Moritz, best of luck to you
Thank
this
you.
weekend. Thanks for sharing your perspective.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for sharing your story.